been a few days since you had some hatching.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, I was kind of expecting these to go a little bit sooner, but obviously temperatures and incubators and that all play a bit of a part to it. So it's just a waiting game.
At least you got 2 in one go, double session.
Yeah, these guys here, which I'll bring into screen, literally just poked their heads out on these cut legs down the bottom here. They literally just cut and poked out. It was like, oh, I literally just put a post up.
They couldn't have popped up 5 minutes earlier.
Yeah, they couldn't have. So I was like, oh, edit the post quick.
So what's in the bonus clutch?
So these are both parents are Het T plus marbles. So obviously hope for a Tarble. I've only got 1 T plus out of 1 so far. So a few marbles, and looks like 2 are Tarbles. Going off what I've seen, but one's a bit special needs, unfortunately. So I'm not sure if he'll survive or not. He just heads on the side and cruises around. Actually, got a video of him on the phone, but so I'm not quite sure what's going on there.
It was the Neuro special.
Yeah, kind of messaged a couple of other people, see if they know what's going on, but no one's seen anything, so it might just be one of those things.
Might just be a freak of nature. It happens.
Yeah. Stupid thing is, like, he ate first time round, and then, of course, he suddenly got this just basically on his side. He doesn't want to eat, so you might give him
food was too heavy for him. Tipped him over.
Yeah, just leaning to the left. Maybe he's packed to the right, maybe.
Sure.
Oh, so we got in the house tonight, mate.
Normal crowd rolling in, mate. Bo, should say. G'day, mate. Madison. Hoping for some Ghost Jags. Yes, it would be very nice. Very nice. Only 6 eggs, though, Daz?
Yeah, it was only a small clutch. So there was only 11 eggs in total. 4 were slugs, and 1 went off. So unfortunately, it just went moldy and turned to crap, as some do. So and the other 6 are there, and I know one is poked his head out. But I'm not
wild types?
No, not a wild type.
Not a wild type. Okay. Well, interesting. Yeah. Are we betting tonight, or you learned your lesson from last time?
What are we betting on? What's the challenge?
Maybe
I could go very broke.
More visuals than wild types? Well, it should be a 50-50 split, really.
More visuals than wild types. Which one? Hang on. Well, if that's the case, then I'm taking the visuals.
So obviously the first one was a visual that you've already seen.
Maybe.
Yeah, so I don't know if I like that bet already. Mr. Jeremy Finlay, g'day, buddy.
How are you, mate?
Emily from the UK once more.
Hey, Emily, welcome back. So,
Mr. Jaspers.
So what do you reckon in this one, though?
Oh, God.
I don't even know. I haven't even seen the heads on the 2 that have pipped here, so I don't even know what they are.
Could be anything. Could be anything. I'll start snipping. We'll see. Donna Bennett, as always, shared the live feed. Thank you very much. Hey, Ricky, g'day. Tyler, g'day, mate. How are you?
Thanks for dropping in. Good to see you all.
Tyson Evans, Charlie Deeb, as always.
Deebs.
He reckons he's going to be our biggest pain in the ass this year, Mr. Deeb. He's off to a good start. He's keen as.
He's doing well.
And he's building an army, an absolute army.
That he is. I better make it. Just give me yellow if I don't. There we go. We'll put it onto the.
Yeah, you got it right there, mate. Liam, g'day, mate. Best of luck, says Liam.
Thank you.
Cut out the wild types, in other words.
Yeah. There we go.
Oh.
I'm guessing it's a little T plus. Lies.
Very reduced.
Very light.
Very light. No wild type, but just super light.
Yeah. Well, first, I don't have any good goggles on, so first of all, it's very light out of the egg, but doesn't quite have the. Oh, it's very pretty.
Very, very like reduced pattern, lighter looking thing.
Yeah. Well, these are the
Something different.
first time I bred these. So, as in,
Yep.
I produced these. So, yeah,
Yep.
you know. Well, his head's out, so that's always a good thing.
It's a good start.
Yep.
Bo, when are yours going to pit, Brent? I'm about a week away from my next clutch, I think, roughly. I had some stimmies out the other day, but nothing of brilliance. But it did put an end to a 5-year project to disprove every possible combination of what I was trying to be sure of. So, completed mission. Not the results I wanted, but I kind of gathered that a couple of years ago. Another nice wild type.
Yeah, no, it's woman.
They're very light in the background colour, aren't they?
They are really like. That's what kind of threw me at first. I'm like, oh no. Very cool. Nice little pattern on them. So the T plus of these animals goes right back to the original ones that first came out from Craig Laddell lines.
Way back in the day.
Yeah, way back, way back. Where are we going next, mate? You want to pick which direction, left to right or right to left?
Left to right.
Left to right. Let's do it.
It's a nice sunken egg, that one. That's something magic. Visually, that for sure.
Yeah, I like it. Now I like the way you're talking.
Mr. Muz Williams, g'day, mate. Yes, good top, mate. Rooster special. What is this one? This is Anzac from last year before, maybe.
Must be embarrassing to wear it.
And I'll wear it through Penrith proudly. And you should see the looks you get in Penrith Plaza wearing it through there. It's fantastic.
I bet. The wild side. On the roll with the wild.
Killing it with wilds, Daz. Come on.
It's quite. Look at the blotching's quite light on that.
Bit of variation again. Dark blotches, light blotches. That's a bit darker background colour than the other one. The other one's really light in the base colour.
Slide.
Carol Watson says, hello, Daz.
Hi, how you going? Good to see you along.
Ryan Shepherd, g'day, mate. Kurt Livesley,
Kurt.
g'day, mate. Come on the ghost. Yes, there will be some magic ghost action shortly. Tanya Woods, as always, evening.
Gotta get through these baby snake things first.
Get through the dirt snakes. Get onto the carpets.
They just keep rolling on. I'm really not having the best of luck this. Hopefully it changes in the future with a few clutches, doesn't it?
Wild type, bloody genius you are.
Oh, killing it.
So the bottle was for wild types. You said you wanted visuals, so I'm winning this bottle on wild types, am I?
We'll see how it works out if it's a combination of both. Whatever makes me win.
I think all bets are off this round. I think you've tried to fix it already.
I don't know. I'm about to start catching up, though.
I know David was asking if there's a bet, but yes, suddenly talk of a bet and the visuals are flowing now. That is light.
That is like, that could be a Tarble, maybe. It's hard to know with these things. It's so varied.
Marble at least, but that is one of the lighter looking marbles I've seen pop.
Head, bro.
Jan Smith, hello from beautiful downtown Barraba. What a town.
Where's that?
A bit away from Tamworth. It's Mum's hometown. Cool spot, little Barraba.
We'll come back to that one.
Yeah, that one was good. Be keen to see the eyes on that for sure.
Egg goop. It's almost like popping snakes. You know?
Yeah.
Girl, you find a boy, you get excited. It's like wild type, morph. It's like, oh yes.
Loving it. Shay, love these videos. Thanks, Shay. Glad to have you on board. Yeah, you've had so much bad luck with these hits. Not wrong, mate. You're shitty odds runner down. You are this season so far. I've got to say.
Hey, you're just killing me here.
It's all right. I don't mind. It'll make the odds better for me when I start cutting some clutches shortly. I'll bring the magic.
Yeah, maybe the odds are saving up for the good clutches that are yet to come.
That would be ideal. You want the good odds in the good places. Another wild type.
Just move this cursor, otherwise it's not in the middle of my screen. There you go. Yeah, but it's quite much a finer sort of pattern.
almost a granity looking thing, I dare say,
Yeah.
but yeah, definitely more reduced looking.
Yeah. Wild type.
Wild type again. Ryan,
What,
g'day, mate.
I think what I need to do is bet against myself.
Mate, you should just lose the bottle but get the visuals. That's what I'd be happy with.
Yeah.
Tara Swanson, g'day. Can't believe I'm late. Computer wouldn't load. Don't worry, that happens to us every time 5 minutes before a show too, when technology decides not to be our friend.
Well,
Yes, Mr. Oh, well, hello. Now we're talking.
I need I feel like turning the egg over and cutting the bottom of it because that's probably where their heads are.
Go digging. Kurt Lively's dirt snakes at the go. Definitely.
Well, not very dirty when it is. This one's a dirt one that's been washed.
This one's a very pretty dirt snake. Still very wet in that egg too.
Yeah.
Adam, g'day, mate.
Goop.
Yeah, Bo, we'll be doing some lives shortly, mate. Just Darren's got 4 million clutches, so I can't keep up with the production rate of Darren's. He's I've got.
Let the team down.
I'm sorry, I only got 21 clutches, I think. 22. I don't know. What was my clutch the other day? It was number 21. Still 1 or 2 to go. We won't say how many more Darren has than what I have, but let's just say it's a considerable amount more than 22.
Well, there's a tiny on this one. He just doesn't quite.
Little fella.
God. What?
Good Lively saying, talking about the granites, they're the goods. I have seen those children's granites. Quite an interesting little line going on there.
Let me see how too much. I don't tip the front of my computer or the phone with the screen open like some blokes I know. Watching all the stuff come up on Facebook. Kind of sucks sometimes when you miss it all.
Mr. Travs is not happy with the amount of wild types. He comes to Jag TV and sees lots of wild types.
Thanks.
Can't please him, can we, mate? Can't please him. Doesn't want Jags, doesn't want wild types.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
Well, that one.
That is reduced.
That is, yeah.
Ah, Mr. Cameron Meredith in the house. Your old lover. And his comment, his comment confirms it. Looking at those hands brings back memories for me. Well, that's something you two obviously shared some good times back in the day.
And certainly good memories.
I know Cameron's very good with a rod, I've heard.
Yes, he certainly is.
Awesome fisherman.
He knows how to handle his rod. And probably anyone that lends him a rod.
Oh, got the Mozzie.
Beautiful.
Where's all the snake pics, Mr. Cameron Meredith? He used to post some awesome stuff like, I don't know, 7 or 8 years ago. Now he's a bloody brim and a fed, and it's just all shit.
Well, if you actually caught decent sized ones, you'd probably say, whether you're mentioning all those little piddly things he gets out there. Notice he never invites us fishing.
No, that's crazy, that thing, isn't it? That's
when you compare it to
almost
it's kind of similarities. Yeah, you can kind of see similarities with this guy, but much lighter.
Yeah, but look how much difference it is in the heaviness of the pattern.
Yeah. So it's always a fun part when you breed something new. Just sucks that you don't quite get what you want. But
yep, absolutely.
I'm not complaining. I have to wait till they had a few feeds and a few sheds and
see what they look like out of the egg.
See what they look like, yeah, definitely.
Justin Norman, g'day, mate. Oh, Troy, the gangster of Cambridge Gardens. Call me when the real eggs start getting cut. Mate, call me when you've got some eggs to cut.
He hasn't seen eggs before. That's why he's trying to see the eggs look like. They're
probably like to hang around.
Aren't they frozen in his freezer, some quail things?
Could be. 4 billion of them. I need some more, actually, Troy. I didn't realise how many my adult Lacies eat of quail eggs when they get on the go. So put me down for more quail eggs. Oh, Rachel Gambrel, my real estate queen. I have no idea what I'm looking at, but it's pretty cool. It's very cool. It's snake babies. There's nothing better. And Rachel, did you catch the XRP drop last night? I was on that like a rash. I was so happy to buy more XRP at the dip. No one else will know what the hell we're talking about. But
that's nice. I'm talking about rashes, and I'm just hoping some sort of cream you got that you're talking about buying.
Yes, Kurt, largely Planet Granites are even gooder. I saw those on Kurt's page. I was like, oof. He doesn't live that far from me either, Kurt. I may have to pay him a visit. They were very impressive.
I'm going to have to stalk Kurt's page now.
Some good shit on there. What's hey, don't put them away. Did you find the head out on those light ones?
What? No.
Did you find
I was just going to leave them. I just thought I'd keep things flowing at a speed. We can have a dig.
No, dig the head, mate. I want to see what them two light ones are.
All right. Okay. All right. I didn't want
before we swap into carpet TV from Dirt Snake TV.
Hold my excitement back. That's all right. I like these. These are cool.
Matty Travis, I will never burn this jersey, mate. You can burn me in it when I die. I'll gladly be set on fire at a Viking ceremony wearing this jersey proudly.
Buried next to Lagertha.
Oh, please.
All right, headhunting.
Go digging with the tweezers.
Yeah.
Keith, good luck with this clutch. Well, he hasn't done too bad after a plethora of wild types. Suddenly he came through with some goods. Some very light looking things, marble or hopefully a Tarble or two.
They just bury themselves and go, no, I'm not coming. Let's see if I can just flip this guy or girl. Thing. We're not sure how it's going to identify yet.
Just show us the head. It's identifying as a snake at the moment, which is good.
Yeah, just that membrane sack.
Ryan says I need a proper shirt. I'll wear the Yankees one or Buffalo Bills one next show then, something different.
I'm just worried if you meant proper shirt, like a half top or something like that. He was talking about a fishnet or something. Brent normally says that for his Saturday nights and Friday nights.
Yeah, there's other live shows I do. Some you don't need a shirt.
He's just determined to no, my head is not coming out the hole.
Not interested. You'll nearly have it fully out in a moment.
Oh, I'm trying to
do it Brewer style. There we go. I see an eye.
That's what I feel like. He's half out, half in. And he's just he's nope. Trying to no, we do have another option here.
Rachel says she absolutely did. Well, I hope you did some wise investing, Rach. You started me on this journey, so I hope you're still on board. Rooster supporters would wear fishnet shirts. Sorry. Yes.
I found the one.
Bingo! We got a head.
Mind you, he's about to fall out of the egg onto the bench. He goes bloop.
What's the pupil look like? Any signs?
Man, I can't see with these glasses on.
It looks dark to me from here.
Yeah.
Probably better once they're out and about and possibly just a marble, but very light. You might have your own Whiteline marble coming up, but I mean, a lot of them start patternless and very light, and along comes the melanin production and things change a lot.
Yeah.
Hopefully that one stays light for you.
One I've got is there's one I've got there that's actually a little, I wouldn't say orange, but it's got more of that pigmentation sort of in it, that colour in it. Apart from that one's more white. This one's shed already, and it's already got a different colour. Oh, I see some more paper towel here. Get rid of the goopy paper towel. See if we can unbury this dude or dudette.
One more to go. Matty Trav says, did you get any Tarbles from the other clutches?
Yeah, there's one there, at least one, possibly two. Now they're actually out in the shed and you can have a better look at them.
Looking more Tarble-ish.
Yeah. Yes.
Not the easiest combo to hit, 1 in 16, and from head to head with not many eggs as always with ants.
That's probably the biggest drama in dealing with, a few eggs.
Yeah.
Almost have
Well,
to
certainly enjoy the carpet clutches more when there's 20 or 25 when you're chasing stranger odds.
Yeah, I reckon. I'm not going to give this one much of an option here. We're just going to
Open
wild.
up.
Pull this one back. There we go. Oh, so slippery.
Hard with your giant Yeti hands.
Yeah, 100%. They're part Sasquatch. Ask Cameron.
Sure, he's got the pictures.
Lone movie.
Scotty Iper, g'day matey. He wants to ask you a question. He wants to ask a question to you both. Ooh, it could be scary. Ask away though.
Yeah. Make your own headless morphs if that's going to be your question.
For an egg that's not that big, they do such a good job of hiding in it.
Oh, yeah, finally.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
They know how to bury themselves in. They're so cool.
A little bit darker on the head, that one. Maybe just a marble.
Yeah, maybe.
A little.
So I think once I've had a few and seen a few and got my head around it, be like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's all experience. There's some better ant breeders out there, or more experienced ant breeders that probably can see a bit clearly, but us carpet boys aren't that good on it. We're just moving into anteregia space.
Yeah, pretty much.
We're just late to get on board.
The wild type's easy to pick. So pull that out from there and get you back in. There you go. Sorry, mate. Go back in. You don't need to come out yet. So I've had a few people asking about cutting eggs. This is not normally how I
just asking now.
Eggs.
Yeah, this is Scotty's question. I get why cutting to allow the snake to come from egg, but why remove the hatchling awesome complete from the egg. Yeah, so Daz was halfway through answering that. So tell us how you normally cut them, Daz.
Yeah, I'll actually show you. I'll grab this next clutch and I'll show. The only reason we do it this way, Scotty, is to show people. Anybody that messages and asks, and believe me, that's often quite a few, which is cool. It's all about helping other people and learning. Is to cut a V in the top. Literally peel the flat back, give them a gentle prod to make sure they're alive and well, and then leave them alone. So
yep, cover over and let them be.
Yeah. So I'll do this one. I'll just let me clear this. Actually, put some clean paper down.
Yep, I don't even actually like the V. I cut a big C shape in the top of the egg. Leave the flap on top, so you can sort of have a peek in there, and then shut the C flap back down. But I don't like the V. If they get that umbilical, dragging through that V with a sharp edge to grab it, cut them, and bleed to death. So I certainly prefer a bit of a C shape on top.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Nice new paper, mate.
Yeah. Gotta keep it clean. Not make more mess. So even these eggs are looking a bit. How's your father? As I said, it wasn't the bestest of clutches. That's the one that he's picked the eggs. He's cut through the end there.
Yep. So Scotty, certainly best left alone. The less disturbance, the better, as per incubation, and certainly when cutting.
Yep. So as soon as this guy's already picked, like I would cut, we'll do this one first when he's already done. So I'll just take that off there. Oops, shivers. Oh, go away. There we go. So if this was one that's already picked, as you can see, I would just go from the cut point, and I would literally do that down there, and I would find another join somewhere here and do that. So when I say V, it doesn't have to be like an actual V as such. So then I'll.
So this is the
peel back.
the ghost clutch. now?
Yeah. So this is the next clutch. So I'll just peel back. I give that a little gentle touch, make sure he's moving like so, and then I'll literally just fold the egg back over. Even sometimes just tuck it under, so it's there, and I would just leave that alone. That's it.
Yep.
Literally all I would do. And if it was in a clump, I would do the same thing. I'd just literally pick it up. I'd find a section like this one. I'd probably cut here, go this way, and come around this way. So when I say a V, that's not necessarily a jagged edge V. It's just a cut a knot, something you can peel the flap over.
Yep.
Peel it over. You can have a look. You can hold it with this finger, as you saw me just do. Give it a little gentle touch. Normally the snake will pull away from whatever's prodding it, and you just fold the flap back over and tuck it back in. So I'll do it on the next one as well. Yeah. So we'll just go back to this egg.
more of an L-shaped cut than a V shape then?
Yeah, whatever. It's just like however you get your tweezing. Obviously, you get into a point and just cut. The whole idea is just to be able to pull a flap back and look at a Axanthic Jag.
That's not a bad start to the clutch. So you definitely knew there was a visual up there first, trying to stitch me up on the bet. I'll save my betting for another clutch now.
Yeah.
Looking good though. Very nice start.
Hey. A little silvery eye.
Very nice. Scotty Iper says he uses, that's why, I can't read tonight. Interesting. That's why I tear with 2 sets of forceps. Well, generally, I reckon Scotty's probably opening eggs of something a little more dangerous than a carpet.
Yeah, well, if these were taipan eggs, yeah, I'd probably have really long. You wouldn't even see my hands. They would definitely be quite a distance away.
Probably open them up with someone else's hands.
I remember years and years ago down at Roy Pales. I was buying some stuff for Roy Pales. Would have been 2001 or something like that. And he literally just had a whole clutch of baby death adders. He's going, "Oh, look how cool they are!" And just tipped them all in his hand. His little baby death adders, and I'm just like, "Oh no!"
Wow.
Just put them back. He's like, "Oh no, they're all right. They're cool. They're only babies." I'm like, "Yeah."
They're only babies, less control over anything they bite and venom-wise.
Yeah, but anyway, that was Roy.
Hey, people know their own animals, so take their own calculated risks. It's not to be recommended by others, but people get comfortable in their own environments.
Yep. So if this was when I was cutting the pip, I'd probably do this. Enough. The pull. And then a little, you can see here, see the snake just wraps to the touch.
Caramel.
And then I just fold back over. So that's all you need to do. But in our exercise, if we're trying to show people and that, yeah, it'll like caramel. So just
because it doesn't make good TV seeing the outside of an egg.
Yeah,
here
it is.
Have a bit more of a look. That little caramel, is it?
Yeah, caramel. Just a wild type. There's a little head there. Get into poke his head out.
G'day. Hello, little fella.
Hey, mate. Put your head out. No. Always just make sure your egg sack's broken away. The membrane around the snake inside the egg.
Save exit.
Yeah. So I saw someone made a post about pipping the eggs without cutting the veins or anything in it. At this point in time, it really makes no difference. Maybe some people think there is. I don't know.
At that point, no, I don't think
they're about to come out within a day or two anyway.
Quite often, they're fully absorbed off the eggshell anyway. They're gone, so they're not actually doing much by that stage.
Yeah. Another thing, if you're using pointy nose scissors, something like this, I'm not a fan of razor blades. I know some people do it, and I always think if you're cutting like this and you sleep and I got shaky hands, a razor blade only has to touch the snake and there's a good chance of cutting it. So that's just me. I know people do it, but I'm not a fan. And whenever, if you're watching when I'm cutting, you'll often see me put it in and I'll pull the scissors up.
Pull away.
I'll pull the egg up so it creates a ridge. So I'll make sure that so you might not be much to notice, but I'm actually putting an upwards pressure as I cut. So it's not just, in the middle and just snipping. So, actually pulling away to make sure that I'm not cutting into anything.
Yep. Minimize the risk. With experience, I guess, you can do it whatever way you want. Whoa, hello.
Hello, there's a ghost in there.
that is a cracker ghost by the look of it too. Matty Trabs was predicting a ghost just before.
I like you, Matt. You're not a bad bloke.
That's looking good. Yes, we did see Birchie's Chimera looking thing the other day, Mr. Trabs. That was very cool. Something going on with that Steve Carruthers line, which none of us have quite worked out yet, but in time it will be unveiled.
Just need to find a.
That's a beautiful ghost.
Yeah, very nice.
Mr. Trabs might call this. He said he 3 Jags, 2 wild types, and 1 ghost. You're going okay so far.
Find its head. It might be it's a headless morph. Where are you, dude? Honestly, when you get them, Brent, what do you do, mate? You like whistle? Yeah.
Mine are just ready to go, mate. Maybe yours just aren't cooked yet. Mine are ready to just bloop, hello.
Maybe Ness is in there like cutting holes in the egg and squeezing her head out and going, oh look, it's Pep, just so she can be the one to find it.
Perhaps it's your head. They take one look at your giant Shrek head there and they think, nah, I'm not coming out there. That's a bloody predator for sure.
I think they be coming out going, Mama, Mama. His head's just there. He just doesn't want to pop it out. Just give you a little push off underneath. There,
right. There we go.
Where was that? Nope, he's going. I don't want to come out. I don't want to come out.
Still a bit shy. Good looking snake.
Yeah, it's nice.
Ryan Shepherd said that's another good one to consider from our talk, Daz. I guess you know what that's about. Axanthic Jag.
Oh, I can't remember. You remind me.
Talking. Lots of talking.
Oh, there's too much talking. I forget half the time.
Interesting. Scotty says scalpels are a must for cutting through embryonic sacs of elapids. Yeah, I probably wouldn't want to be poking. It must be a much harder sac than what's in these wussy little carpet eggs.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd definitely be taking a different approach if I was very
yes. Longer distance, obviously. So scissors put your fingers too close to the sac generally, much smarter.
Yep, definitely.
You reckon talking to them helps a lot? Well,
hello. Does whistling work? Because I can't sing, and I'm not a very good hummer. I can't really whistle either. Maybe I'll put a bit of flair on and see how that goes. Well, that looks like an Axanthic.
Straight Axanthic. Very nice. Yep, definitely got the right coloration there.
A big bit of snot just comes gooping out of the egg.
Michael says, could you give an explanation of how you define a ghost, please?
Well, ghost is a caramel or hypo Axanthic, and I'll show you the difference. So one is generally much lighter in the background because caramel hypo reduces the melanin or the black-brown pigmentation, so to speak. So it gives it a more of an all-over lighter grey appearance when we're talking in comparison to the Axanthic. Yep. So when you look in comparison here, you can see how much lighter this one here is on my right hand compared to on the left. So the one on the left is Axanthic. You can tell by the kind of the bluey tinge that's in there.
Yep.
In the greys. And then obviously the one on the right, the hypo, has reduced the melanin out even further.
The lighter grey colouring instead of that more solid black on the Axanthics.
Yeah.
That's just a straight Axanthic, not an Axanthic Jag, that one on the left?
I don't think so. I think it's fairly well patterned, so I'm pretty sure it's Axanthic.
Oh, yeah, very heavy on the top. Mine it was belly, a bit of stripe down the side.
Need some extra lighting there. Yeah, it was on the side, so I'm just trying to look for the head. Once again. Hello, it's me. I'm here. Come to Daddy.
Need to do your Katniss Everdeen with it'll come running.
Yeah, okay. That's obviously not something sort of movie I've watched, especially in the sparkly vampires too. You're a fan of Twilight?
I have watched the Twilight, yes. Do love some Twilight action, but what is Katniss Everdeen out of?
I'm not going to fall into that trap.
Come on, you know.
I know this is headless. Where's your head?
Dig. Yes, well, that was a Negan whistle too, wasn't it? Mr. Naily baseball bat.
Yeah, kind of lost that series after Series 8. Just become, I don't know, I fell out of enjoying it.
Hunger Games. That's what it is. See? Tell me you haven't seen the Hunger Games, Daz.
What?
You have not seen Hunger Games?
I'm living in denial.
Oh,
yes, I've seen the Hunger Games.
Lucky. I was about to disconnect you from the chat.
Yeah. Mate, we'll sit at home and we'll go, want to watch a movie? I'm like, yep. They go, what about this one? Seen it. What about this one? Seen it. What about this one? Seen it. What about this one? Seen it.
I'm not surprised. The amount of times you were bloody at the movies watching something on the big screen, gold class. I doubt there's much you haven't seen before even out on DVD.
This dude, his head is just hiding in here somewhere. Bloody hell. I thought I saw his head just here. His tail. It'll be on the other pointy end.
Buried.
There we go. Goodness gracious. He's like, I don't want to come out. Look at that blue on the side there. Look at that.
Crazy blue line. You get a few like that. Axanthics and ghosts that have that nice blue top, which sadly fades away. Certainly after the first shed.
Does change.
Beautiful if it stayed. That's a good looking snake though. Beautiful straight Axanthic.
Yeah. Very much see the coastal in that.
Neil Jones. Hey, Mr. Jonesy.
Oh,
I've got half a clutch in airtight. I'll fan them, but what happens if I don't? Enough oxygen in the tub. Probably not for more than 24 hours, Neil. Don't leave them too long, full sealed tub. I certainly anything that's...
as soon as it hatches, you need airflow.
Yeah, well, I don't. I still have them in sealed, but I open them every day and fan the lids over them so it's a full air exchange in that tub and open the incubator door every day. I know, Daz, you were telling a story. You had some disasters before, leaving them more than 24 hours.
Yep, absolutely.
Does not take long.
That was a clutch of albino Darwins and hets. A whole clutch of albinos. It wasn't hets, sorry. It was albinos. It was actually the worst part of that story. Was the first clutch that I bred. This is going back. When was this? It was sort of been.
Shit.
No, it wasn't the first. It was the first clutch of albino I had done. Yeah. And that was when some particular asshole decided to pay me a visit and steal everything.
What a year that was for you, eh?
So even though I'd bred Darwins beforehand and I bred albino to hets, it was the first albino to albino pairing I'd done. So not only did she get stolen, I lost the entire clutch.
Devo. They're the years that make you cry. There's certainly some seasons that make you want to just pack up and go home and forget about all of it.
Mate, it was very close.
Ryan Chever's talking about different males to put over his girl, Coastal Cross Jungle.
Holy shit.
Whoa! What is that? A weird Caramel Jag? That is a crazy pattern.
I'm not going to talk about that. Just put it aside.
That could be a freaky looking Caramel Jag looking thing. It's the colour.
What are you talking
about? Get it back out. Show us, Daz. Dominic says, is it stress for the snakes or the prodding? No, it's a wake up call. It's not like you're there for 5 minutes bashing them around. It's a little bit of just checking they're okay and get their heads up to breathe.
It's like
under the camera. Under the camera, Daz. Stop hogging it.
No.
Show us, boy.
It's like being slapped when you're a baby. Do you remember that? No.
Distant memories.
Oh, I'm just trying.
The things they do to human hatchies.
Yeah, that's right.
Reptiles are a bit tougher than humans too.
Just trying to clear some of this out of the road so we can see it better.
That's a wild-looking snake, mate.
That is. So when you do it in style.
CQ Reptiles. Good evening, fellas. G'day, g'day. Daz has just popped a perler. Jag, you think?
No, I don't think so.
Very odd patterning.
Yeah, it is around patterning.
Is it caramel or a ghost? It's hard to see.
It is hard to see. That one probably did it.
Interesting to see the eyes. If, got some silver eyes on it, would be interesting.
You see the eyes there?
Almost chimera looking. Yeah, that's to me that looks ghost eyes, silver eyed.
Right, we come back and have a look at that one in a sec.
That is cool. One to go.
Yeah, problem is whenever you see those weird, unusual things, I always have this gut feeling of will it survive?
Yeah, it's obviously a freak, and deformities come with freaks.
Yeah. So let's see if it gets out of the egg.
Looks reasonably healthy though.
Yeah, it seems all right, but never know. It's funny people post things about all the anomalies and then they just disappear. It's like, did it survive? I don't know.
Generally. Quite often a sad story follows.
Yeah, like I said, this was a bit of a crappy clutch anyway.
Oh, what the hell?
Another exam.
Oh, it's exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking chimera for a second, but then I saw that's all egg sac at the front.
Yeah, I'm never lucky with weird, wonderful, and unusual.
The fully freaks of nature. This the last egg, last one.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, this is the last one. This dude's head is kind of don't like it when they.
Yeah, that's egg sac up. It's never a great spot. Egg sac often better sides or bottom, and generally not up on top there like that.
Just more trying to find his head.
Straight Axanthic, you think?
I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's like a. I'm actually thinking it might be caramel.
Very black though.
Well, it might be coming across black on the camera, but actually has more of a caramel tinge. Maybe that helps. Does that help, like, kind of show the difference? I don't know whether you quite see. It's a little bit more browner.
Yep.
So you can kind of see that if you look at the right one, you can see there's more like the bluey colours in it.
Yes. Yep.
I mean, it's possibly just a camera, but it's definitely I'd say it's a caramel when we compare to say this guy. Similar.
Yep. Yeah. Looks. Besides that, it looks more caramel. It's still dark, I think, though.
Yeah, it's definitely darker.
Interested to see the eye on it.
Using a knotted in somewhere, aren't
I? David says, saw a UK coastal group talking about freaky patterns. Is this an overseas thing? Overseas, they certainly come up with some interesting names for things at times. But freaky's associated with Australian zebra type polygenic pattern. I don't believe the rest of the world uses freaky as just a term for something a little bit wild, a little bit different.
I mean, they got a. Where's his head? Anybody?
Head coming.
Head head, guts, and all. His tail, all right, man. Got a tight knot. I think he's actually got a. Oh no, there it is. I thought his tail was twisted up into a knot then, but it's okay. He's untwisting it.
It's alive and well, though.
Yeah, he is. I'm just trying to get his head to poke out through there. He was hiding under it here. It's definitely caramel.
Looking more caramel in the body.
Yeah, I don't want to dig him out because that's his umbilical.
Yeah,
there.
very, very thick and strong umbilical still attached.
Yeah, so if I pull that, I could actually, because he's underneath it, if I pull that, I could actually cause
Yep.
to, if there
Let
hasn't,
him be.
yeah,
He needs another day, 2 to disconnect.
yeah, definitely needs to have his time. Look at me, I feel like I've just had surgery.
Yeah, a little bit underdone.
Man, sorry, just F10 yellow fingers.
I hope you never need to do surgery on me for anything.
If I do, look at the mess I'm going to make.
Yeah. Just looking at the way you cut those eggs and stuff.
I was trying to squeeze them out. Like I said, normally it's not what we would do. Normally we just cut open, look and shut. So, but they're a bit of a dirty clutch.
Yeah, wild. That's nice.
His head is just crazy blue. Just on the side here.
And beautiful out of the egg, the Axanthics.
Yeah. Very nice. A bit more whiteline stuff. I was hoping for a bit of a Ghost Jag, but I guess Axanthic Jag is fine. Over that one. Caramel.
Next best thing, the Ghost You cracked though. That's a beautiful ghost.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that Axanthic Jag either.
Nope. We stay back and add it into the collection. I don't have one.
Beautiful.
Now.
Axanthic Jag?
Yeah, Axanthic Jag. Might hold the ghost.
Useful tool.
Yeah.
What do you reckon that is? Caramel?
Yeah.
Ghost?
I think caramel.
The silver eyes though?
Sorry, buddy. Poke your eyeballs out. You see? Kind of bluey. It's hard for me to see if the reflection from the light. Is that better with that off?
It's just a crazy colour, crazy pattern, I think, more than anything. The colour's probably fairly normal. It's just that ocelot-y, weird circular pattern here and there.
Yeah.
Something different.
Well, we'll see how that goes in a couple of days.
You're keen to see that out and see it all over. It's maybe a little paradoxy, weird-looking thing going on there, or it might be just an odd pattern.
Well, that was kind of in the back of my head. Maybe it's something like that going on, paradoxy or chimerish or something like that. Maybe I don't know.
Something different.
Until we come and see it out and see what's actually going on.
Yeah,
Stuff.
so not bad. So what was that? Couple of Axanthic Jags, Ghost.
Axanthic Jag, Ghosts, Axanthic, some weird thing, and 2 caramels.
Yep, good. Not bad, mate. They managed to dodge a wild type in a whole clutch.
That's a first for me. Can't see any odds on anything else, but on this one,
visual to head. This is the easier way to do it to minimise the effects.
Oh, definitely, yeah. At least you know the caramels are still 100% head Axanthics as well.
Yep,
it's good.
Yep.
So
known outcomes.
Yeah, there's no question about what's what or who's who or anything like that. Possets are a bit of a pain in the bum, but they often turn out to be a bargain for someone.
Yes.
They obviously don't hold the value of a 100% het, but they're certainly a good option.
No, when you can buy 2 or 3 or 4 of them for the price of a het, then you're going to get the result.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously it's price based on a bit more of a gamble, but The results often paid out. Have a look at yourself. You've done quite well.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh.
Mr. Jonesy, first clutch is 4 weeks. I need to fan them. 4 weeks, they probably would have shed by now and be looking for individual tubs. So I like to get mine into individual tubs ASAP. I know most people like to leave them in the tub till they shed. I like them out of that tub fairly quickly. So my policy, they hatch. Everything that hatches through the week, I'll set up that weekend, whether it's shed or not. So everything goes into individual tubs, and I'll use my big pump sprayer, this big fella here, to pump away with the long hose setup. So I just spray all the individual tubs, which is a little bit more time and effort. Darren gets upset when I come in here and I'm on the phone to him squeaking their little pumper.
Oh, I got set up.
So he gets all emotional.
I think he's just got a puppy in there doing terrible things.
But yes, I like them out and about. Get them up and set up.
Oh, yes, 10.
Tyler, not bad clutches, mate. Congrats, Daz. Yeah, good effort, Daz. Solid result.
Yeah, not going to complain. We'll see how. Hopefully, some of the stuff will give us some better odds. With some clutches coming up. I'll actually look forward to cutting open a wild type clutch. And I'll just
all wild types?
Yeah, pure jungles. Oh, look, another jungle. Another jungle. Hey, another jungle.
Fluoro line or something, no doubt.
Yeah, there's a few of those clutches. Got some Fluoro Jags and Fluoro Zeb Jags on the way, so hopefully there'll be some crackers in there. A lot of those things are just really nice. Such a pretty animal.
Yep, beautiful. Mr. Jones says they're just eggs, so that's good, mate. I'm glad they're just eggs, because if they were snakes, I'd be wanting them well out of incubation tub by 4 weeks. 4 weeks, they'll be fine as eggs, mate. Still every few days, I still like to open them up and get some fresh air even for the eggs.
Yeah, that's kind of what we mentioned before. That's all saying about airflow. Like, it doesn't matter whether there's holes in the top, but if you don't have holes in the top, then you need to at least, in the morning, fresh air, in the night, fresh air.
Yep.
And they'll be fine. If they don't get that airflow, that fresh air, they can suffocate. So,
and open that incubator every couple of days at least to fresh air the incubator.
Yeah, I do. Almost every day I get the doors and all 3 incubators and give them a bit of a waft open and close just to cycle some fresh air through. You don't want to leave them sealed up shut all the time. Definitely not.
Very nice. Kurt Jaspers up to the carpets. Yes, Kurt, you missed the carpets. And pulled off some crackers. You'll have to watch the replay. Carl Smith, g'day, mate.
Hey, Carl. How are you?
Tara, excited to have a closer look at some of those babies, especially that second last one. There's a few in there that'll be good to see out of the egg.
Yeah, once they come out.
Not a bad result from you, Mr. Wild Type Specialist.
Yeah, that's how I roll.
See, I remember you giving me shit last year about wild type. But didn't that come back to haunt you, eh? After
never again shall I speak of such words.
You have displeased the gods. You will be punished for a season of wild types.
I've upset the serpent gods. I have. I shall not.
Yes.
But like you said, good in a small clutch like that to see quite a few. Oh, so that would mean that I actually hatched more visuals.
Yeah, wow.
Wild types.
Wow.
What was the bet at the start of this show?
Rewind tape and check.
Rewind, pause, play.
You were cheating and I would not bet. That's what happened.
Oh, here we go. God.
Mr. Travs, do you ladies have a memorable favourite clutch of all time? Oof, what do you reckon, Daz? What's the best one you've ever picked?
Probably 2. Can I pick
Pepper would have to be one.
Yeah, I think the first one for me was obviously hatching the Pepper, I think, the first time around. At that point in time, that was back in 2007, I didn't have a very good knowledge of genetics at all. So hatching something different, and I remember posting about an APS back in the day and having 3 in the clutch and then learning. So that was kind of a a bit of an eye out in the slot, as I remember the question. What's that?
Ryan Shepherd wins the internet tonight.
That's it.
That's a new shirt for sure. I'm going to get that shirt made for you.
I'll wear it proudly. Hashtag Wild. So yeah, so that was it, and I think there's a lot of good stuff, but I think actually proving out the pepper and actually doing it, that was probably the next thing, knowing that it wasn't just a random anomaly, which we've seen plenty of over the years, like lots and lots of weird and unusual stuff hatches, but to actually have something weird and unusual hatch, take it through all the processes, and then get to the final thing where it's now proven recessive. To me, they're probably the two that I've enjoyed the most, because it's taken such a long time and effort to get it there. So if I'm going to go on, I could list a whole lot of other clutches I enjoy, but they're probably the two, the actual hatching the first time, and then actually, there's a
proof of genetics.
The proof that it's actually a recessive trait. Yeah.
Yep. For
me,
the first of anything are always epic. It's always cool the first time you make something for yourself, whether it's not a world first. We very few of us get that luxury of a first ever, which is a great accolade. But the first time you ever actually breed something, like for me, simple things, the first time you breed is spectacular. It's always cool to have something that you don't have. It makes it interesting every year when you hatch something out that can be a holdback, and you can upgrade some hets into some visuals. It's part of the cool process.
Yeah, and it does make it hard to know, because I can go back and say, the first time I bred bearded dragons and central netted dragons and all sorts of other stuff back in the past. Like anything you bred for the first time, I find it's exciting. So it's always breeding Ackies. It doesn't matter what it is. Breeding Amy for the first time. Like it was just, when you've got something new, you haven't bred it before, you work with it, the time and effort, you grow it up, and it was always buy as hatchies back in the day. Never buy something old off someone. You always bought hatchies and grew them up. So successfully growing them was challenge number one, and then being able to breed them was the icing on the cake. So to get eggs in the incubator, and then, as we know, things can go wrong there as well. So then to actually hatch them out and get them going again, and being able to move them to someone else. Yeah, it doesn't matter what it is. I think every clutch is exciting, but yeah.
Any egg can be magic. You never know.
Yeah, and I guess you can kind of relate that too to people asking about their, what do you recommend as the first time snake? Same thing. What do you enjoy? Where's your passion? What is it that you like?
Yeah.
Buy that, work with that. Then the enjoyment of breeding those snakes eventually and producing babies and watching come out of the egg is far more enjoyable than buying something because somebody told you that, this is the best thing for a kid. If you don't like it or you don't enjoy it, you're not going to have the same as much passion. If you really love an albino Darwin, buy an albino Darwin. Don't buy a children's python. Or if you want a marble, buy a marble. Buy what you enjoy, and the satisfaction is tenfold, I think. What do you reckon, Brett?
Yep. Yeah, definitely. And I guess people often say that, and you're spot on the money. I guess the advantage of snakes is you rarely have one. So you're not just doing one pairing to breeding, but there's a lot of people that aren't into breeding. They just want animals as pets, and that's where you've got to have something that's you love, because the things live for 20 years plus. It's not like it's going to be gone in a few years. So get something you love and find things you want to work with. The good thing is you can have 10 snakes and have different pairings each year with all those snakes to produce different animals. It's not just one option. Much the way genetics works, the more genetics you get and mixed together, then you'll end up getting more wild types in clutches. When you're doing double head and triple head stuff, it's invariable. You can never get away from just working with visuals of everything, because at some stage you've got to mix those genes to grow the genetics in each animal. It gets you back. And just when years ago I thought I was doing pretty well, I thought, look at this, I'm breeding a lot more visual to visual stuff. You're cutting out, some of the wild types. You're getting more of the fancy stuff that you're after. But then comes, let's make double hits, let's make triple hits. It's suddenly you're back to doing head-to-head pairings and chasing 1 in 64 rods. It's a little bit little bit tougher, but again, you get those visuals and grow them up, and the process goes again. Then you're chasing 5. What's 5? Quad after, quad plus 1, whatever, 5 heads, 6 heads, 7 gene animals. It's just going to go on and on and on. I don't think there's ever going to be a stage where you can just work with visuals.
No, 100%. As soon as you get to even, you got a moonglow, you probably breed moonglow to moonglow to something else, and then you're going to think, oh, well, geez, I should put it over Z Jags that I got, or granite. So what do you get then? A whole heap of hets to start off all over again. So off you go again. You're holding back a whole pile of hets, and the more genes you add, obviously, the odds of cracking that animal becomes higher and higher and higher, or in terms of odds, or less chance of getting one. So you need to hold more back. So more space, more racks, more food.
Yeah, Matty Travs, what do you call it? Hexa for 5? I don't know what 5 is. Could be hexa, could be penta. Someone who's smart with maths will know. Whatever it is. But I watch some, Jay Brewer shows and some of the retic stuff, and they're talking about,
hexa, pent is 5, I think, as in pentagon. Pentagon.
Yep.
Figure.
But you look at some of those retic clutches, that they're doing where there's 6 or 7 genetics in, and it's het for this, het for that, pos het for this, pos het for that, paired to something else from the same clutch, and the outcomes are just unbelievable. They're pulling stuff out of eggs and going, could this be this, and you're like, 6, 7 gene animals they're chasing, and basically a lot of the stuff they've got to breed up and breed to something to try and prove out what it actually is. It's getting to the stage that they don't even know what they're pulling out of eggs now. It's
imagine, if you look at people like Jay Brew and stuff, where, you're getting clutches of 50 and 60 and, well over 40 eggs. And, they're all hit something or other. It's like, gee whiz, I've got to hold back at least 15 of these retics. It's not like it's 15 Antaresia. You can stick in one rack. Like, that is a lot of space.
Yeah.
You need. Like, that is a massive, massive warehouse. I've never been to his place, but I can imagine, imagine holding back, 15-foot snakes.
Yeah. Huge animals as adults. Funny enough, I went to his place in the States when I went over there. The shop front itself is tiny. It's in the front of a little, like a residential sort of shopping centre, car park type thing. The actual shop front itself is not huge. Awesome shop, well set up, very well fitted out. Lots of great animals to have a look at, but out the back where all the good stuff is, you don't get access to. I'd love to see the full facility, but yeah, cool spot though. Very cool.
Yeah, that would certainly be an experience. I remember going when I went to Barchek's place a few years back. It's mind blowing.
Back when it was the factory.
Oh, back when before he moved to the place he's in now. Like, what was that? Probably 6 years ago or something. I think.
Yeah.
I can't remember. But yeah,
the big shed.
Oh, mate, it was just crazy. I think you had like 25,000 reptiles or something at that point in time.
Yep.
Just there was
scary numbers.
There was one room I went into, and one rack, right, was 7,500 animals. One rack. So like, what's behind me here? One wall down one side, and I think it was 7 across.
Crazy numbers. Crazy numbers.
Oh, I had tons of it, but just mind blowing. And then you go through like the colubrid room, and just opening drawers and the variety. It's just like, oh wow, look at that! Oh my god, look at that! Just insane, crazy,
unbelievable range of species he was breeding at the peak of his time. In the mass production days, he's gone a different route now. Very naturalistic and a beautiful setup. Very different scene from the walls of white melamine and tubs. Definitely.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would probably, if you had the room, to be able to have display enclosures for a lot of animals, and he'd probably be the same. I imagine he's probably got a lovely lot of displays similar to Jay Brewer and all those guys. But then you head out the back, the breeding racks and holding racks and stuff like that for the pure space saving aspect of it. It'd be too hard otherwise.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess many guys have taken that choice to keep less animals in more natural setups, and change the perceived way that it's done. I suppose it's forever been tubs everywhere. A lot more people becoming more of the naturalistic, more environmental enrichment setups.
Yeah, definitely. I'd love to have a mix of both. I do miss having nice display enclosures all over the place like I used to.
Yep. Space kills it.
It does, unfortunately. When you start working with projects, suddenly room becomes a primary source. You need all the room you can have if you want to start, moving into mutations and all that sort of stuff.
You need all the house you've got, from what I've seen.
That's pretty much all the house I've got. There's enough room for two of us and the kids to have a room each.
you actually share one room with an incubator in it?
Yeah, almost. Jeez. Yeah, so it's everywhere.
Very patient wife, Ness. Very patient wife.
Yeah, definitely. One day maybe you get a warehouse. Another one.
Again.
Sydney's just so expensive, mate. It's just so expensive.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And unless you got in a place way out of Western Sydney in the back of a farm somewhere in a shed, it'd still be $400 a week probably.
Oh, and then some.
Crazy. Yeah. Matty Travs, I used to watch Snakes Bites TV. Yes, mate. I think we all did back in the day. It was probably the biggest show for snakes back in time because he was well ahead, making quality content before anyone else was. It always had something interesting on.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, certainly got a lot of interesting stuff, that's for sure, back in the day. Very, very cool. How they change, I guess. Different content, different things. It was very interesting seeing a lot of stuff he used to do.
Yep. There's been some controversy there over the years. I remember the Blueies in tubs wars and all the fights over the years of I guess when you become that big and popular, you're going to get haters.
Always.
It's going to happen.
Nothing you can do about that, unfortunately. There's always those. There's fans of Donald Trump and there's haters of Donald Trump. So it doesn't matter who you are.
Now people mess me all the time. That Darren guy's a dickhead. I go, I know, but he's got a lot of snakes. We need him, so we'll keep him around.
It's true. It's true. It's honest. I get told every day, "You're a dickhead." I'm like, yeah, I know. Yeah.
That's just Ness, though. But out in the real world.
Oh, I can't say what they say.
Well, that might do us then, Daz. Hour, not bad for a quick double Sunday night special.
Yeah, yep. Some interesting things there. We'll see how they go. Get some pictures up once a few things have shed and set up and put in tubs. So
that weird caramel thing looks like it's got a holdback sticker coming.
Yes. Yes, there's a few things got holdback stickers in there. I hold everything back anyway for 4 or 5 months. Anyway, I like to see how things colour up and change and then work out plans for the following season and things down the track and what's coming. And, very important to have breeding plans. Very important.
Yep.
But anyway.
Good. Keep some stuff alive. Joanne Birch rocks in. Yes, you are very late because we are just about to check off. So
there's always one. Trust Joe to be late. Unbelievable. Do I have to message you, Joe? Is that what I have to
do? Well, thanks, fellas. Always entertaining, great clutches. Was a good effort from Daz. Quite impressive for Mr. Wild Type to come through with the goods.
Yes, Wild Type's rule.
Fun stuff. Yes. That's going to be a shirt, you know it.
Wild by design. That's it.
Justin Norman wins the next clutch. What do you got due up, Daz? What's next on your novel?
Oh, I didn't bring my book out, did I?
From memory, what do you got coming?
Yep. Got that.
That good. And some dirt, some carpets and some dirts.
Yeah, some other stuff and some things and stuff.
And I bet there's some wild types in there too.
There is. I'm pretty sure there's another ghost pepper clutch coming up not too far away. There's some Jag stuff coming up. I think we've got to keep Matty Travs happy. I'm really looking forward to hopefully hatching out some albino bread. I have to check those who will need you to hatch. And some.
How many clutches did you get?
Just the one. The girls aren't big. So we're not expecting them to breed. Yeah, head to head.
Yep.
because, you know, it goes back to the old story. I was away for quite a period of time during the time I should have been feeding. So, yeah, I know. Guess what? I still got a clutch. How's your Axanthics going?
Where's all your albino Bradley, Daz? Where's your albino Bradley? Hey?
Soon, they'll be next to my Axanthic Bradley.
Oh, soon. Not. There'll be an empty tub with one of your Axanthic Bradley with love from Brent.
No,
I owe you.
Yeah, no, my luck, it'll be a clutch of wild types.
Yeah, we'll be punished now for too much wild type talk. We'll get nothing.
Yeah, that's it.
Anyway,
all right, guys.
Where do people find you, Daz? Where do they find Mr. Morelia by Design?
Darren Morelia by Design on Facebook and on Instagram, and apparently there's some YouTube stuff happening as well. So that's kind of fresh, but we'll get there. And yourself, Brent?
KHP Reptiles, Facebook. I do have an Insta. It's probably just KHP Reptiles, I suppose. I don't know. I never use it that much. I probably should put some more effort into other platforms because Facebook for me is the only place I live. Brent Smith on Messenger or www.khpreptiles.com.au. And yeah, it's good to see YouTube off and going. I'm trying to get mine set up. It's still giving me some grief because YouTube does not want to play games with me. But good to see yours is streaming now, mate. We got something going to YouTube at least.
Yeah, something. We'll get on top of making that look a bit more better sooner rather than later. We need to learn some editing skills.
I spoke to my son Harry, the edit master. He's going to make us a little intro and clip and do all the fancy stuff that we talked about. So shortly we'll have a little bit of professionalism care of my kid who does that stuff.
Definitely, that would be good. PM me one day, Des. Yeah, no worries, man. Anytime. Always happy for a chat. In case anyone hasn't noticed. Often you'll hear me going blah, 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 underwater. So
it happens.
Justin Norman, that question, mate. Next show, mate, hit us up and we'll happily try to help you out on the next one. Just because we kind of hit a time peak now. So, all right, done.
Sure. Well, good effort, Daz. Well done, mate.
Thanks, guys. Enjoy, and we'll see you hopefully soon on the next one. Good night, everyone. Peace out.
Catch you soon.